Broke single dad bought diapers with his last dollar, the lonely CEO behind him whispered. Liam stood in the cramped checkout line of the small grocery store, shifting nervously from one foot to the other. His 2-year-old daughter, Mia, rested against his shoulder, her tiny fist clutching the collar of his worn jacket. She was asleep, exhausted from crying after the last diaper had run out that morning. The cheap pack of diapers rested on the conveyor belt, along with a small bottle of baby lotion. Her skin had been dry lately, but he already regretted picking it up. He wasn't sure he could afford both. He only had one crumpled dollar bill in his pocket. The cashier scanned the items, and the total flashed on the screen. Liam's heart dropped. It was more than he had, way more. He swallowed the lump in his throat and rubbed Mia's back absent-mindedly, feeling like a failure. Just yesterday, he had walked out of his job after the new boss publicly humiliated him in front of the entire crew for being late. He wasn't late by choice, Mia had been sick. As a single father, every minute had to stretch, every breath had to be timed right. But the world rarely cooperated. "Sir," the cashier asked gently, "would you like to remove something?" Liam nodded stiffly. He couldn't speak, his throat too tight. He reached for the lotion, maybe that could wait, when a calm voice behind him spoke. "I'll cover it." Liam froze. The man behind him was tall, dressed in a charcoal suit that probably cost more than Liam earned in a month. His hair was slicked neatly back, his shoes shiny like polished obsidian. His expression was unreadable, yet his eyes held something, loneliness. Empathy, maybe both. "You don't have to," Liam began, but the man raised a hand slightly as if stopping him with grace alone. "It would be my honor," he said, and he stepped forward to hand his black card to the cashier. Liam stood stunned, Mia's quiet breaths the only thing grounding him. People looked, some with curiosity, others with a hint of judgment. Humiliation and gratitude tangled inside Liam's chest like barbed wire. "Thank you," he finally whispered. The CEO, because he looked every bit like one, just offered a small smile. "No need to thank me. I've stood where you're standing. Maybe not exactly, but close enough." They walked out of the store together. Liam held the bag tightly, feeling its weight, a simple pack of diapers, but to him it meant survival. "Fresh hope. I'm Alexander," the man introduced himself. "Alexander Grant." Liam blinked. He knew that name. Everyone in the city did. Alexander Grant, founder of Grant Technologies, the man whose innovations had changed the industry, whose mysterious private life the tabloids attempted to unravel weekly. "I'm Liam," he said awkwardly. "This is Mia." Alexander's expression softened as he looked at the sleeping girl. "She's beautiful," he said. "Just like someone who means everything to you." Liam nodded. "She's all I have." Alexander hesitated, as if debating whether to say more. Then he exhaled. "I lost someone, my daughter, a few years ago." His voice cracked just slightly, barely noticeable, but impossible to ignore. "Car accident. My marriage didn't survive the grief. My life didn't either." "Not really." Liam looked at him with shock and sympathy. He had assumed Alexander's life was perfect, wealth, power, influence. But the man carried sorrow in his eyes, like a storm that never cleared. "I'm so sorry," Liam replied quietly. Alexander nodded and stared forward, as though seeing ghosts only he could recognize. "You're doing your best," he said suddenly, turning back to Liam. "Even when it feels like the world is determined to drown you." Liam swallowed hard. How could a stranger see straight into him like that? A few feet away, Alexander's driver waited with a sleek black car that reflected the afternoon light like a mirror. Alexander looked at Mia again before meeting Liam's gaze. "Do you have work?" he asked. Liam laughed bitterly under his breath. "Not anymore." Alexander didn't react with pity, just thoughtfulness. His mind was working fast, wheels turning. "How would you feel about coming to the Grant Technologies headquarters tomorrow?" Alexander asked. "I'm looking for someone I can trust. It's not a glamorous job, but it pays well and comes with benefits. And childcare." Liam felt dizzy. "Why would you trust me?" Alexander lifted his chin slightly. "Because I saw a father willing to spend his very last dollar for his child. That tells me more about your character than any resume ever could." Tears rushed to Liam's eyes, but he blinked them away quickly. He didn't want to break, not here. "I don't know what to say," he managed. "Say yes," Alexander encouraged softly. "Give your daughter the life she deserves. And give yourself a chance too." Mia stirred then, tiny fingers brushing against Liam's cheek. He held her a little closer. "Yes, he breathed. Yes, I'll come. A genuine smile spread across Alexander's face, perhaps one of the first in years. Good, my driver will pick you up. 9 a.m. He handed Liam a business card. Sleek, elegant, like everything else about him. As they parted ways, Liam watched Alexander climb into the luxury car but linger for a moment with the door open. You're not alone anymore, Alexander said. Not if you don't want to be. The door shut, and the car glided away with silent power. Liam stood still, holding his daughter and a grocery bag, both surprisingly light now that hope had replaced helplessness. For the first time in months, maybe years, the world didn't feel like an enemy. Mia yawned and opened her little eyes, confused where she was. Liam kissed her forehead and smiled through the moisture that still clung to his lashes. We're gonna be okay, baby girl, he whispered. I promise. And this time, he believed it. What neither Liam nor Alexander knew then was that their chance meeting wasn't fate's accident, it was the beginning of a story where two broken hearts would help heal each other. One finding purpose, the other rediscovering love. Where loneliness would be replaced with belonging. $1 had changed everything.